all started when I was browsing YouTube one day. I'm a huge virtual reality fan, so when I was searching for PlayStation virtual reality in particular, I found this YouTube channel called PSVR Without Parole. I noticed they were pretty big and they had lots of views, so I decided to check out their content. That's when the trouble started. I was watching their podcast. They had these 3 hosts, and as I was watching them and listening to their incredibly boring and soulless conversations with one another, my eyes just started to get so heavy. It was so bizarre. I tried to fight it, but their content was so sleep-inducing that I eventually passed out. I woke up in a daze. I was laying on the floor. My trousers were pulled down to my knees. There was a terrible aching from my butthole and a smell of cat piss. It was just everywhere. When I realized what had happened to me, I just felt dead inside. I didn't sleep. I didn't talk to anyone. I just couldn't feel clean. My name is Petrifying Pumpkins, and I'm a PSVR Without Parole survivor. It all started when I was browsing YouTube one day. I'm a huge virtual reality fan, so when I was searching for... What the fuck is this, Decepticon? Are we live? PSVR Underground has arrived.
I still have that playing in my ear. I still have the video playing in my ear.
You do? Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you turn it down? Mute it. Why you gonna listen to it the whole time?
No.
I assume Geisen is here if Mr. Underground is fisting him. So how you doing, Underground?
Sure, it's going. All right. God can. GG.
We're all good.
GG.
How's them audio levels? Everything good in the hood?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything looks good.
Just realized I got my green screen filter on Decepticon. I didn't mean to do that, but I'll leave it on.
Whoa,
why not?
That looks good. That looks good.
You like this?
Yeah, that's what you should have it all the time.
Fuzzy Bear, what the fuck is on Decepticon's TV? Guess. Guess.
The
get rid of that thing. What is that?
Yeah, there you go.
That might be better. Chopped is here too. How are you doing, Chopped?
Joe Pesci Yule log.
The Joe Pesci Yule log.
It's the Pesci log.
I thought it was clever. It was clever. Geisen gets it. Geisen gets the points. It's Home Alone. GG. GG Geisen. Anyway.
Home Alone.
Welcome to episode number 16 of Touching Tips.
How did we make it this far? Why are we still doing this?
Every week we wonder.
Why are we still doing this?
Every week we wonder. I am Petrifying Pumpkins, and I am joined by New Jersey's #1 white supremacist, Decepticon.
No.
Are you like the wizard of your chapter?
No.
Is that what they call you, Decepticon?
No.
I saw your hood.
No.
I saw your clan. I saw the clan rules. I saw the clan rules.
Demonetized.
I just want to get Minus in here and summon in Minus.
That'll summon him, all right.
Yeah. Audio is always shot.
He'll show up behind me.
Great tantrum. Great tantrum. How you doing? And he gets it also. Points for great tantrum.
Did he just steal Geisen's idea?
Well, maybe he did, but we'll give him points anyway because
Copy
points are meaningless.
It was a copy and paste. The A is
he changed the A around to make it look like it was original.
It was his idea.
Give him credit for that. You have to. Decepticon, what are we talking about this week?
Decepticon.com. What are you talking about?
Whoa, I'm talking about Petrifying Pumpkins.
That's where you can find my music, you know that?
Patreon.com/Petrifying Pumpkins.
There.
You just plug at the same time. And that way we get it done quicker.
That's what was the plan.
I forgot it. I didn't even put any of the links in the chat because I was so behind today. Or not the chat, the
4 trucks to bring in.
The description.
I had to tear a wall down.
Fuzzy Bear. You teared the wall down for that?
I had to tear a wall and build it back
it's
up.
Understandable.
Around the tree.
It's not believable though.
This is a whole new room built for the tree.
Are you a handyman, Decepticon? Could you do that if you need be?
Not a wall. No, not a wall.
No, not anything. Not
no.
anything.
Oh yeah, I can do welding and shit.
Oh, you can weld? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Props to Decepticon. All right, so we got some
arc welding.
We got a few spicy topics to talk about today, Decepticon, including Half Life. You know, we got a bit of touring cards impressions to go through, since we both got review copies. A little bit more Aspire 1, a little bit of State of Play. We got a top 20 list from another YouTube site that we want to go through and see what we think of their list. But we'll get to all that in good time.
Boy. Boy.
Brian Smith, I was looking through my gifts for Xmas. Guess what I got? A PSVR, Brian Smith. And if it's not a PSVR, you're getting banned.
What did you get?
Great tantrum. I didn't see Geison's comment. A likely story. Great tantrum. I don't know. Geison, what do you think?
I don't know about that. That's what right there. Think? I mean, how do you not see his comment? It's right there.
Fozzie Bear says it's all about perspective. Is that tree like 2,000 miles away? Is that why it looks that size?
It's a football field away, you know?
Brian Smith got a PS4.
It's a
Nobody's
giant
safe. Nobody's safe. Decepticon, let's bring on topic 1, which is Half Life Alyx. So let me...
Looks amazing.
Let me pull up this article that Pete Hawkins, our very own Petey Hawkins, linked it to me.
Damn PSVR. Oh my God, Brian Smith. Get that firewall. Get that firewall, Brian Smith.
Get it.
Get that firewall. Play with us. Play with us, Brian Smith.
Okay, so this is from Push Square. All right. They were asking designer Greg Coomer, who works with Valve, about the possibility of Half Life Alyx coming to PSVR. And this is what he had to say. He reconfirmed that the initial release of Half Life Alyx will be available for Steam VR only. It definitely sounds like Valve is aware of the desire to see the game come to PSVR. However, and this is his quote, "We believe Sony's VR platform has been a huge success for the medium, and we..."
Baby
Jesus.
cow, why don't you shake that ass?
All I hear is the music. All I hear is the music.
What's the
Who's this?
Best show
Shot
of
with,
the
oh
night.
shit,
Smash
shot
it,
with
thumbs
$20
up, fire.
dues.
Gallery dudes.
Thumbs up, fire, all kinds of words come. Mr. Chopped, thank you very much.
GG job.
Appreciate that. I'll read that comment again in a sec. Just want to finish reading this part out here. So we believe Sony's VR platform has been a huge success for the medium, and we assume that lots of Sony customers would love to experience this new chapter of Half-Life. Decepticon, what was that noise I just heard?
It's my chair squeaking.
Okay.
But I was looking to see if that was an ant emoji. I don't think that's an ant. That looks like a millipede or something.
Coomer
Centipede.
Goes, centipede.
Pisspede.
A pisspede? Coomer goes on to confirm that a PlayStation VR port is not in active development because we're very focused on the initial release. Having said that, he concludes that Valve has not ruled anything out. And then the article goes on to say, the author of the article, "It's as we suspected, Valve isn't working on a PSVR version of Half-Life Alyx, but it's not saying it won't in the future. We suppose it's also worth entertaining the possibility that the game will release on a successor to Sony's headset at some point in the years to come. It's no secret that PSVR is at the lower end of the technical spectrum, so perhaps we'll see Valve's game appear on the next generation gear, assuming
Makes
that
sense.
happens."
Makes sense to me.
Decepticon, let me read. Chops said, "Best show of the night. Smashed that thumbs and fire." Thank you very much, Chopped, once again for that generosity. But yeah. So we all kind of agreed beforehand that it makes sense that we'd see Half-Life Alyx on a future. Not current hardware.
No, it wouldn't even make sense.
Well, hold on a sec. Are you 100% sure that it couldn't? Like, could they downgrade shit, like, to the graphics?
I'm sure it
bring
could be
the graphics
downgraded,
all
but
the way
is
down?
that what we want? You know what I mean? Do we want that, or do we want to play a solid version of that?
I feel like we'd buy it twice. We'd buy the one that came out in here, and then we'd buy the next gen version.
Don't tell them that.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying what we would do. We probably would. Like, would you say no?
I probably would buy a cheaper version.
We're already buying the shitty versions of PC games on PS.
Of what I've seen, man, it looks crazy.
Pumpkins, if I get PS Plus again, when it runs out, I'll buy Firewall. Good man, Brian Smith.
If it's anything like Boneworks, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Fozzie Bear, thank you for turning the screw. Appreciate that. But yeah. Now I know that the Half-Life game, or like the Valve Index, has that Knuckles controller, which is super, like, has the finger tracking and all that. PSVR Underground says, Valve's Greg Comer says, "We believe Sony's VR platform has been a huge success." You assume, okay. That's what I read out.
Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
But anyway, as I was saying, could Move controllers handle it? That's what I'm wondering.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
Wait, and then you're just gonna have your head.
Hold on,
You know what I mean? You have so your finger.
What
you have all
in that
these
trailer
things.
did you see that the Move controller couldn't do?
Man, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, he's moving things away with his hands. Like you don't see individual finger movements doing stuff. You know,
No.
like, he's still grabbing things like you would with a normal game.
Yeah, come on. That's class.
I'm not disagreeing that
grab
it's class.
Thing,
That's
letting it
unbelievable.
go.
I'd love to see that. I'm just saying.
Probably. I mean,
Everything we're seeing right here
probably do
could
it.
be done with the move. Like
It would
the
just be
hands,
digits. You know what I mean? The
hands would
digits is
just
the
be
only
like-
thing. Yeah,
like
they would just be
solid,
grab
you know?
hands.
Yeah, grab hands.
Yeah.
But not impossible. You know, doable. Now
It's just I would love to play a full vert. Like I'd rather play the
obviously, yeah.
the whole cake.
But yeah, from Valve's point of view, it's like Sony's PSVR headset is the biggest. You know,
No.
it's leading the
No.
Americas. That's where they'd get their sales. Great Tantrum says Sony needs updated controller and tracking before we see PC quality games come to PSVR. Depends on what you mean by PC quality games.
The Quest got hand tracking. How about that? Did you see that?
I did see that, and it looks really cool. Well, from what I've seen, it looks really cool, but I wonder how well it works in
Looks
practice.
neat.
I'd say most likely PS5, says Geisen. Now, would you say PS5 and PSVR 1, or PS5 and PSVR 2?
Second choice.
So this will not run on what we have right now, the headset we're using right now.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean, it would, but like I still think it would just be like a real downgraded version
Well, how
of
is
it.
it with the PS5 though, boosting it?
Well, the PS5's playing it too, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how that would all
Like
how
the
that all
PS5
translates.
will give it a lot of that horsepower.
Yeah. Because it'd be the same thing as like playing that with the Quest with Link.
Yeah, basically. But of course, the limitations of the tracking and stuff. We don't really know what the PS5 is going to
all
do.
this stuff. I want it all. I want all of it. You know?
I don't know. It just like what you like from his comments. Is he kind of hinting towards the future? Like, okay, we're not doing it now.
Sounds like it. That's it. Sounds like.
At least
Plus
4.2
the money.
million PS4
I mean, the money's
users out
there as well, and if that'll
Exactly.
like a year from now or 2 years from now, who knows what VR is going to be doing?
PSVR Underground says would be nice if options for both PSVR 1 and 2. Holy shit! $10 reduce from Chopped. Again,
Goodness.
I had a good day. Here's one for the kiddos.
Baby cow, why don't you shake that ass? And I'll reward you with some blades of grass.
I had a good day. Here's one for the kiddos.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chopped, for the generosity, the continued generosity.
That was
I
a nice
appreciate that.
song.
It's good, isn't it? That's designed for Cow, and it never appears when he appears. Chopped, thank you. Again, Great Tantrum says, well, I take back what I said. I mean these top-of-the-line PC viewer games. We need better tech for those. Well, especially when it comes to the finger stuff they're doing now.
Yeah, that looks cool.
It just depends on how integral that stuff is to the game, you know?
And how well it's going to work.
Because not every PC headset supports the knuckles, right? There's still what? The Rift.
Don't know.
What supports the knuckles? Or what's the other controller?
The index ones.
No, what's the rival? The
The Rift. The Knuckles.
Rift. Yeah. So
That is
what's the
Knuckles.
Rift controllers called?
I think that's the Knuckles, right?
I'm so confused.
No?
This is why PC gaming is just too many headsets over there. I can't keep track.
And you can intertwine all that stuff. You can exchange,
But
use all
what I'm
different
saying is, you know,
devices
the
with different
controllers that
devices.
have the circle on it. You know, the circle shape. Like
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you
Oculus.
can't do finger stuff with that. Like,
I don't
you
think. Well, I don't know. I think they have the grabby gloves too, but they're not the finger.
touch controllers. Thank you,
Things.
PSVR Underground. That doesn't track fingers, does it?
I
I
don't
thought
think
Knuckles
so.
did that. Like,
Yeah, they're different.
because
Correct.
if you let go of that thing, it falls. You know.
They fall. Yep.
Whereas with the knuckles, you can let go. But
Put 'em
my
on,
point,
like,
my
yeah,
whole
you-
point is that Valve
Or your-
or Half Life supports those controllers, so that means the finger tracking can't be too integral to it, if you know what I mean. So just kind of decent motion tracking might be enough. You know, like what we're used to, I guess.
Right.
Not that it wouldn't be a million times better with the best, you know, the Valve Index
Right.
knuckles.
So
and
that's the
all that
whole.
stuff.
Yeah, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing.
But yeah, it sounds like it's coming.
I'd
But
still take. Looks fun.
this guy
looks
brings.
cool.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Chap
$5
says,
for
here's
me.
one for Decepticon.
$5 for
How
me.
do you want me to give you this, Decepticon?
in cold hard cash mailed.
Cold hard cash. All right. YouTube's getting a 90% cut. Mail it to you.
Baby
It's the
cow,
cow
why
again.
don't you shake that ass?
Damn. I've it set to random,
I'll
so
reward
this is
you
what
with
happens.
some blades
Thank you very
of
much,
grass.
Chopped.
Lol,
GG.
here's one for
GG.
Deacon.
GG.
As I was saying, yeah, that's the question I wanted to ask. Okay, so let's say PS5 comes out, right? And it's going to improve the PSVR that we have right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But will they be allowed to have PS5 exclusive PSVR games? Or is that going to be too muddled? Or is there going to be people out there saying, well, this just says it runs on PSVR, and I bought this, but I don't have PS5.
Did they do that with 4? Did they do that with 4?
Well, like, it reminds me of, like, the Pro. So you can't... There's no exclusives on the Pro, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So I know the PS5 is different. It's a whole different number. But the PSVR 1 is not different. So if that is still running on PS5, does that mean we can't expect to see PS5 exclusive PSVR games until PSVR 2, if you know what I mean? I know it's confusing.
Maybe so.
It's confusing me saying it, but that's
Maybe
something
so.
I've been curious about. Because I imagine the messaging.
I don't
the
know though. They
marketing
might.
getting
People
messy.
might be. Yeah.
People be upset. They'd buy that version.
People be very upset. Discords would be. People be getting banned from every Discord.
Reddit's on lockdown. I feel like that's all we got to say about Half-Life.
That's it. It ain't even
That it?
PSVR.
Well, no, come on now. That was PSVR related. All right.
Is it? Is it?
It was. Yeah. Of course
All right.
it was.
All right.
You
Just
know,
relax.
God's talking.
All right, just relax.
It,
All right,
it's
just
giving
relax.
us some hope. You know, some light at the end of the tunnel.
How about we talk about what happened last night?
Just a sec. I just want to read out God Cannon's comment. He says, "Yeah, there will be stuff PS5 only. Even flat games they already hinted at." Now, see, flat games on PS5, like being exclusive, that makes perfect sense to me because you buy the PS5 game, it says PS5 on the cover, so when you buy that, you know it's running on a PS5. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, you see a PS5 game, it's going to say on the top PSVR support, right? So then you're going to buy it. You have a PS4 and a PSVR. You're ignorant, and you're going to be like, "Oh, this should run on my PSVR because it says PSVR support," right? Mr. Jackpot, how you doing? That's the kind of scenario I see happening now. We're educated about it, but there's like ignorant, flat apes out there that wouldn't know. No fear, I'm here, says Miguel.
Yeah.
Espinosa. El pasión. El fuego.
That's in
How
my
you doing,
ear.
Miguel? How you doing? Is that in your ear?
Ear.
Is that in your ear? I'm sorry about that. That's done.
Disgusting.
I apologize. You know, welcome, Miguel. You know,
All right, how about we talk about what happened last night?
let's talk about what happened last night.
How about we talk about what happened last
I'm
night?
talking about it. All right.
All right, let's talk about it.
Touring
Let's talk about
cards.
it.
Touring
Touring
cards.
cards.
All right.
you mean motion sickness cards?
Okay.
Motion sickness cards.
Okay. Let's set the scene. All right. I got a review code for this. Decepticon got a review code for this so that we could both discuss this. Right. We played together last night with. We had God Cannon, who's in the chat
God
there.
Cannon.
We had Gooey Lewis Knight. We had
Gooey
Brian Paul.
Louie.
The Brian Paul himself.
G. Brian Ball.
Without parole. The five of us were playing together. All right. And,
Well, first we were playing with Gooey Louie.
that's true. That is true. And we were just kind of getting used to it. We were having some issues with the
I don't
move
know, I had
controllers.
like maybe 6 races by then? 7 races? 6 races?
Don't give yourself too much credit. I don't know if we got that
about
much
6
in.
races by that point.
Chopped with $2 reviews. God damn, Chopped. Feeling flush today. Thank you very much, Chopped.
Don't ever do that again. See, well, you've been paid to never do that again.
Don't ever do
This
what
is to
again?
never do that
Lick
again.
in the microphone.
The microphone. I'm sorry. There's a delay. I'm sorry. Flat femur. A person who knows about VR but trashes us as some gimmick. Flatfirmer. Like blasphemer, except flatfirmer. Is that what you're going for there? I like that. I appreciate that. And Chopped, I appreciate your money, you know? Thank you. So, anyway, we ran into issues immediately when we were both decided we were going to use move controllers.
Oh, yeah, the motion. Yeah. We'll discuss that. I forgot about that.
So we were on the main menu, and I was like, you go to the
Multiplayer menu.
multiplayer menu, right? And there's 3 options. There was daily events, there was quick race, and then there was play with friends. So we wanted to play together, so I was like, okay, play with friends. Hit the arrow that's like, go, join. Nothing was happening. It just wouldn't register. I restarted my app. Same thing with Decepticon. He couldn't get it to work. Turns out it was the move controllers. So once we switched to DualShock 4, it worked fine.
It worked fine.
Did anyone use a wheel? Asked Fozzie Bear. All those guys were using wheels. God Cannon, Gooey Louie. Was Brian? I think he might have been...
I don't know what he was using. Sure.
You guys should have used triangle to change views. I did do that. I think you did.
I was going to do that. It was too late. By that point, it was too late. It was too late. I was drenched in sweat, pale.
I'm sorry, chat. I'm going to do it every time Miguel joins, though. Also, they just patched it, says PSVR Underground.
All right.
I'll have to look into what the patch is. But yeah, you guys were using wheels. You guys were having a great time on the wheels.
Yeah, the wheel sounds fun, man.
But anyway, where was I? Okay, so we switched to DualShock 4s, and then everything was working fine. Well, more or less fine. Lewis set up a room, we were able to join, we were racing together, and I was loving it. Like, I really think the game is really fun. I'm going to have a review on the game after I do my Golem review.
It was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it.
It is a ton of fun when it's working. There's some issues and stuff like that.
I did have one blue screen at one point.
Lewis had a few freezes. He had to restart, and it's not
my
perfect. My
head was missing at one point.
Yes, it was. But anyway, loving us. And my favorite part of the game is these power-ups, right? You get these power-ups, you grab one. If you don't use it straight away, you can pick up another one and combine them to make something completely different. Like, it's so cool. And it's like like a huge variety of different power-ups you can use. But yeah, and then you got these 3 views, which is shown right now on the screen. So you can play in first person, which is what we did. Then you can switch it up to like a third person view, which is behind that. That makes the game feel a lot slower, though, in my opinion. It's like less fun. And then there's a third view where it's like you're playing this on an arcade.
Right there. It's right. You said it right at the point.
Yeah. Yep. But that one too kind of feels like a little bit slow or something like that. So if you ask me, the best way to play is in that first person view. It's a lot more fun. But then Decepticon got hit with a banana. So
I got hit for the first time. I got hit with a banana, and I spun around like 3 times. And already from that point, I was like, oh no.
Did you take a break after that?
Oh, no. Well, I put my headset up, and I had to just sit in the chair, and I let you and Lewis did one race. And I was like, all right, I think I'm good. Yeah. So I put the headset back on. We joined Brian Paul in the group.
Yeah.
And the first race, Lewis threw a banana at me.
He spun around like 5 times.
I immediately spun around like 5 times. I wouldn't stop spinning, and that was just it. I had to seriously take everything off and lay down.
Yeah.
I had to go lay down.
Okay.
I was green the first banana, and then I was see-through the second banana.
First of all, let me say hello to David Station. How you doing, Dave? Second of all, so Decepticon is prone to motion sickness. So this wasn't a huge surprise, right? You got sick in like Wipeouts and
I'm terrible.
Other games like that. Me, on the other hand, nothing.
I do not have an iron stomach.
Nothing phased me ever before. Ever. Any game. I could do fucking, what's that? Scavenger's Odyssey.
It was the same way.
Scavenger's Odyssey. I was able to fucking jump on the walls and scuttle along the ceilings and everything. No problem. This game.
Sirento. It was awful at first, but I just have to play it.
Okay.
Yep.
I played this for maybe, was I playing maybe 2 hours together with the lads last night? I don't know what it was.
It was about that.
But towards the end, I was like, oh shit, I'm feeling queasy. I started sweating. I was like, this is what the flat apes.
That's the first step.
This is what the flat apes were describing all these years, and I never believed it. I was like, pathetic, And it finally it got me. This game made me feel motion sick, and no other VR game has. And I don't want to shit in this. I don't want to shit because Brian and Godcannon and Lewis, they were fine. So it's not everyone. So I'm not going to shit in the game for that, because I think it depends on who you are and what you're susceptible to.
Germ sent me a message, and I sent him a message about it. He said racers kind of affect him, so it may affect Germ.
Okay, maybe. Fozzie Bear says so Decepticon can't take 2 bananas at once.
No.
But yeah, Dave Station said he played it briefly, he didn't like it, and it made me sick. Interesting. Are you prone to sickness, Dave?
Interesting.
In other games? Like, what is it about this game that's making? Now, to be fair, it's like kind of intense.
It's it's super intense, and there's a lot going on, a lot where you're moving and looking at stuff. I think that's the part that makes you
need to aim your power ups.
Yep.
While you're driving.
Yep.
So maybe that has something to do with this.
And just the way the screen looks and everything, it just fucks with you.
But
especially when you're spinning around, man. It really feels like you're spinning around.
Let me be like clear that although we're talking about the negativity of like motion sickness, I still really, really had a good time playing this, especially with friends.
It was so good, and there's a shit ton of customizations for like the car and the character.
Yeah, it's loads of tracks, loads of daily events and objectives, and just so many things you can experiment with.
Poorly optimized. Ape Station doesn't
poorly
like
optimized. It definitely has like lots of stuff to be worked.
It was like low.
Some of
the graphics weren't fancy, but I thought it was still super fun for what it is. You know what I mean?
Some of the stuff they're like, okay, so there's a lot of Easter eggs and like homages to different things, but they're borderline copyright infringement.
Yeah, I noticed that too, like Star Wars heads and stuff.
The Star Wars fucking the big walker thing from Star Wars, you know, that huge thing. It also has some of the best trophies. Like if you go into the trophies and read the descriptions,
depends on how they're designed too. If there's one little change on them,
read the descriptions for the trophies. One of them is like eat a chicken and make it shit something out its ass or something like. That's actually the description. I've never seen like bad words being used in a trophy description on PlayStation. So
I wonder if that was in translation.
I don't know what it is, but you think Sony would be like, no, that's not allowed. Because this is
especially like a racer.
This is Mario Kart. This is practically Mario Kart. You know,
kids will definitely be picking this one.
And it's like, yo, why don't you shit something out your ass or something? Like I can't remember exactly what it was. I took a screenshot. I was waiting for the embargo to lift so I'll put it on Twitter afterwards. But yeah, that was funny. But there is like translation errors in this game and stuff like that. It's not super polished in those regards. I think it's made by like a South American team. Maybe Brazil or something like that. Lawsuit Kart VR. It just looks fun to play in VR. So that's...
Yep, it was fun.
This is the first of the 3 kart racers that are coming out like close to each other. So the next one is...
But just be wary. If you don't have that iron stomach, it may not be for you.
Yeah, but I want to play it again. Even though it fucked me up, I want to build up a resistance for this one.
Yep.
Because it is very fun.
And 8 players too. Eight multiplayer.
It's crossplay. So play with your PC pals. You know.
Madness. It's madness. It's 5. What was it? 5 players was madness.
Yeah, just the 5 of us. But that was so much fun. It has some cool gimmicks as well with like giant environmental. Like a giant monkey will come up and he'll just toss bananas on the track and like you just gotta swerve around them.
Things are like smashing on the track too.
Squished. The track itself is like raising and lowering.
Tentacles come out of the ground. Hands will come up and grab you.
Anime tentacles, fucking hentai.
he was like, he saw that once and he was like, I'm sold. Sold.
But then there's Dash Dash World. That's coming out soon. They recently updated the graphics on that and they sent a trailer. So like, hey, check this out. We've improved this. This is coming out soon. I believe it's with Sony now, so like it's being certified or whatever. So it's not far away. And then there's Mini Motor, what's that one called? Mini Motor Racing X or something like that?
Mini Motor Racer X.
By Binary Mill, or I think it's Binary Mill.
I don't know who it's by.
But yeah, that's coming out like next week.
They're all
so it's like
when's
all
Dash
these kart
Dash?
racers coming out. I don't think it'll be this.
They're all competing.
It's probably going to be January when Dash Dash comes out. If I have
I'm
to
gonna
guess.
be throwing up on all of them.
But yeah, it's crazy how when it rains it pours. You know, like there was no good kart racer, and now all of a sudden potentially 3 good ones. Definitely one good one.
Yep.
Touring
yeah,
karts.
This is fun.
Now it's not for everyone. I was
15% off discount on PSN when it comes out.
A lot of drivers make you sick. Have you guys tried Dirt Rally? I tried Dirt Rally. I was fine with that. I tried Drive Club. Fine with that. Perfect. Gran Turismo Sport. Perfect. No problems. This, I'm fucked. But in fairness,
I haven't played any of the other
I got Decepticon immediately, but it took me maybe an hour and a half before I started feeling unwell.
Wipeout, though, did the same thing, and then if I just kept playing it, I was fine.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with Wipeout too. I should say one thing that maybe contributed to me feeling sick was that I had a heap of chicken thighs before I started playing. Right before I started playing.
You texted me, you're like, I don't know if it's the chicken thighs or the chicken sweats.
I got them chicken sweats, from all them thighs.
Oh, Deladuff in the house.
Who's Deladuff?
Like a mustache.
How you doing, Deladuff?
Another IRL player.
Oh shit. Fucking New Jersey people's infiltrating. How you doing, Deladuff? Nice to meet you.
Has an insane Sega collection.
Tell me embarrassing stuff about your pal Decepticon so we can all laugh.
He has an insane Sega collection.
Alright, okay, I'll believe you.
Like 130 games or something.
Damn, not bad.
All in those cases.
Christopher Hart says Mini Moso Racing looks late. Christopher Hart, is there any game that you dislike? I feel like you enjoy every single game.
Christopher
Not
plays
that I'm disagreeing with you, Chris, but I'm just curious.
He plays them all.
Okay, so touring cards. This could be like a really cool party game. Just be careful if you're motion sick.
Yeah.
It has bugs, so expect some crashes and stuff like that.
Jesus Christ.
Chicken sweats. That's it.
Chicken sweats.
Chicken sweats. My forehead greasy. Grease with chicken grease. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, so a patch came out today. I don't know what the patch did. So that patch coming out today is news to me because my PlayStation did not automatically download the patch like it's supposed to. Because why would it? Why would it do that?
I don't know if mine did either.
I leave it in res mode specifically to download these things and it doesn't do it.
Yeah, mine doesn't work either.
Okay. Just quickly before we move on to the next topic. So are we okay to move on? Is there anything else we want to say about touring cards? Is there any questions? Is there any questions you have about touring cards?
Fun game.
For anyone who doesn't have... Well, it's not even out yet, is it?
Tomorrow.
Well, it's out from this part of the world now, probably midnight. Dash Racing looks superior, but I don't know about the gameplay, content, etc. So the cool thing about Dash that I think maybe it has over touring cards, it has like the loops and it has like the crazy track design, whereas touring cards, they're mainly flat. There's some ramps and stuff like that, but it's, for the most part, the tracks are kind of flat.
Yeah, they were just... There wasn't much to them.
Yeah, but still fun. Lots of cool.
There was just a lot going on.
Like
a whole lot going on.
A lot of stuff going on, like crazy stuff. You look up, the moon has a crazy face. It's a racist Mexican moon or whatever. God Cannon's like fixed move controllers, other bugs, multiplayer stability, custom plates. Okay, thank you very much, God Cannon. The move controller's been fixed.
All right.
I appreciate that because now we can finally test out what the moves are like. Dash has drifting. This has drifting too. If you hold down the accelerator and the brake at the same time, and you release it at the right time, and it gives you a boost. So it reminds me of Crash.
Does Dash have wheel support?
I heard it didn't.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think touring carts is the only one that has wheel support.
So that if you got a wheel, yeah, okay. So everyone who played this who has a wheel has loved it. So if you have a wheel, I'm guessing you're gonna like it too. I think Lewis, what did
especially one haptic feedback? That'd be cool too.
I think Lewis was saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, that was it.
I was gonna say Lewis was saying that he had the wheel, and the reason he didn't get motion sickness was because he was too immersed because of the wheel. he was there. He was on them tracks. He was dodging them bananas, tossing them at Decepticon's head. But yeah, and I really can't overstate how fun the power-ups are to use, especially when you mix them. There's so many ones I haven't even seen yet because I haven't mixed it with a certain thing. Like I got a hammer and I got something else and I mixed them together and it was like Thor's hammer, and I guess I was able to electrocute people. I didn't get it to work. I didn't know what to do with it, but there was like cool shit. No chicken support in Dash, says David Station. We'll see about that. I'll be the judge of that, Dave Station. Prepare me a place of thighs before I play Dash. Great Tantrum says that's the thing. As for game content, etc., we don't know. And then his comment vanished. But yeah, it does have touring carts. Does have a lot of content. There's like loads of countries to unlock with like different circuits, and it's got like cups and a bunch of cars, and you can customize. A lot of customization, a lot of upgrading the cars. Like you level them up and they get faster and stuff like that. So there's a lot of content there. I will say, kind of jaggy. The visuals got a very jaggy look to them. Not blurry though.
Minimal. Yeah, they're minimal. Jaggy.
But you will forget about them, like after a few minutes of racing, because you're too busy looking at the boxes and the power-ups and your enemies and whatever. Fozzie Bear says, I have a Logitech wheel, but never uses. It's a lot of work to set up. I can imagine it would be. I don't even know how I would set one up. I probably need to get a little table in front of me and place it on top of that, and yeah. Disgusting. Mr. Jackpot says, that other kart racing game looks cool. Rocket League in VR. Which is that one? Is he talking about Mini Moser Racing X or whatever it is? But yeah.
Probably. I think that's the only other one.
Before we move on to the next topic, let me just remind everyone that the Week 7 firewall
that's right.
operations have unlocked.
Pink laser.
Pink laser. Yeah, I know you've
Red
all been
outfit.
wanting that pink laser. Go get it. The lasers are all that matter to me. So I just want the pink one. I want the purple one.
I want that purple one. Give me that purple one.
I want both. All right, but the hot pink is out today. So go grab it if you want it. Dave Station says, I just don't know why they couldn't pay someone $20 dues to fix the English. Man. It's crazy how they got, like, I don't know what's going on with the Sony quality control. In terms of, like, how did that trophy slip through? How did that trophy
How does the
slip
Spire
through
1 come out? How does the Spire 1 come out?
Speaking of Aspire 1 Decepticon, who's this guy predicting the next fucking topic over here? You're the Aspire man, Decepticon. I believe there's been another update.
So, they updated the graphics. I still didn't play it because I'm waiting for the AI to
Well, I wanted to ask you. I was like, well,
just sitting there chilling. I know what it did. You know what I mean? It did not change the lighting. I still think the lighting's dark.
Okay.
But they are going to change that in one of the updates. It's supposed to get some sort of like super better lighting system going on instead of what they have right now.
Oh man, these are some big promises. It's like, oh, we're going to put in super smart AI. We're going to put in super cool lighting.
But we're first to get the update that all the Quest and Oculus has first, and then we're getting an AI update, and then we're supposed to get like a good AI update.
So January.
So it's
February?
like 3 updates.
When am I playing this game? When am I buying this?
I don't know.
Miguel Espinosa says, am I going to have to pay $10 dues for that purple laser? You will have to buy the season pass or the op pass if you want that laser.
Really? That's a special one?
Sorry, what you said?
The purple laser is a special laser?
Yeah, it's not free.
Man.
Hack keys. But even if you have hack keys, Chop, you still need the season pass. Aspire will be finished mid-2020. I won't be surprised. By the way, like the rate they're going.
Mid-2020 sounds about right, God Cannon. Yep.
And I'm still looking forward to it. Like, because this game and this trailer,
it'll eventually be the game that they're showing.
Yeah, if it becomes that, I'm happy. I'm in. You know.
Yes.
I'd be mad if I was you, having bought it. You pre-ordered this.
I am upset.
Looks like I'm gonna have to put out then, says Miguel. Well,
but yeah, I'm not touching it until it's like final, like Abduction. All right, I heard Abduction was like unplayable, and now they finally got that update to where it's like playable, I guess.
Now, Abduction is that the one that's like
come
missed?
On, that took months and months. Yeah, that's the one like missed.
Okay.
Yep.
Great Tantrum says, I am with Decepticon. I'm waiting for Aspire 1 to get fixed. Well, you're with me too.
Gotta wait.
I haven't even bought it yet. I'm waiting for it to get fixed.
You gotta wait. You have to. I mean, why are you gonna play it now when you know it's gonna be a better game?
Dave Station's very skeptical. He says Aspire is never going to be good.
He hates it. He hates
never going to be good.
He hates Aspire. He hates it all. You know.
Interesting.
He hates that pinball. He hates that pinball.
We'll talk about pinball later on.
Oh, I love pinball.
We'll talk about that without parole top 20 list. I think they should scrub us and turn it into multiplayer. Aspire 1 turn that into multiplayer?
That would be fun, man. That'd be real fun.
The way you can crawl around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's that game? Splinter Cell, was it
Firewall with crawling?
Firewall, Spider-Man Firewall. You know? Aspire 1 is playing good and looking great now. There's one more update to it now. Says Christopher Hart. I'm playing it now, says Christopher Hart.
Christopher Hart.
Oh, shit.
You shouldn't be playing it.
Cow has arrived.
Oh, no.
Making it rain. Cow, thank you very much for your generosity.
New emote.
You have to be. There's got to be one.
You got the old one.
There's got to be.
Chopped came in.
There's got to be that Yang with the Yang.
The new one twice in a row. Cow, thank you very much once again. Okay, I think it's back.
All working on my end.
I think it's back. I'm sorry.
And then it's disconnected. Yeah, it's spinning.
It's been okay. The state of that play, Decepticon. I don't know. Does that make sense for Americans? The state of something. It's like an insult, as in like the state of you. You know, you don't have that in America.
New Jersey. The state of New Jersey.
No, not that state. Not that kind of state. Anyway, that's one for the Irish people who don't watch this.
Irish people that don't watch it.
Oh, Cal with the $5 reduce. He's looking for that. He's looking for that new emoji. Well, it's not even an emoji. What have you called? The gift.
Well, why don't you give it to him? You should make You should be that man. You should give that man whatever he wants at any time.
I set it up so that he would have.
He is supporting your family right now.
It's not even popping up at all. Why is
you aren't supporting your? He's the dad. He's the real father.
Oh,
baby
there
cow,
it is.
Why don't you shake that ass?
What is
and
it?
I'll reward you with some blades of grass.
Give it to me.
What happened?
Cow, I hope you enjoyed that. Is that germ I saw as well? Mad cow?
I see germ.
Mad cow disease.
Mad cow.
Cow, I hope you enjoyed that. I should move the text so that it's underneath the GIF so you can see it properly.
What percent is from Ireland? What percent? What do you think? Huh?
Oh man, I'm talking 1.
Point 3.
Like Grifa. Grifa doesn't even come around anymore. But he used to come here. But yeah. Anyway, I just want to know when is our next movie night. Good question, Chopped. I need to settle on a next movie. I don't think it should be a ninja one. I think we need to space it out a little bit, you know.
Just different movies. Yeah, that's a good idea.
A little bit of variety. Maybe go back to Trauma. Trauma, like something along those
Another trauma film.
I think maybe a trauma movie could be on the cards.
You didn't get trouble for it, so you know it'll work.
State of Play, Decepticon. I streamed this live on the channel. You were there.
What a disappointment. What a disappointment.
Imagine
woke up early.
Did you
wake up
specifically for us?
Woke up. I did. I set an alarm for it.
Oh boy. How humiliating.
No, I had a breakfast. I bought a breakfast that day. I was all set, ready. I had it packed, ready to go, and then cried all over it. All over that breakfast.
Let me show you the one PSVR game they showed.
Disappointment. Disappointing breakfast.
Manborg, says PSVR Underground. Is that a movie? Are you suggesting a movie? Is that a trauma movie?
I guess so.
It sounds like trauma.
Watch it. Manborg.
But anyway, this video I'm showing here is Paper Beast, and this is the only goddamn PSVR related thing they showed.
It looked okay. It looked alright. It looks trippy.
I'm not talking shit about this game, but we've seen like a video of this like 2 weeks ago.
Right, we knew it. We know this is coming. We know why.
The video was slightly different. It showed the different things, but yeah, it was not good for us. I wonder was it a response to everyone being fucking whinging and crying.
You were like, oh, PSVR, here we go. And then it was like, this is it. That's it. Done. Segment's over.
Dave Station asks, is Shazam a good movie, yes or no? I haven't seen it. I've heard
Shazam with Shaq?
I think he means the superhero movie.
No, I think he means with Shaq.
Alright, okay. I haven't seen that one, so you'll have to tell me if it's good.
I don't think it's good.
Anyway, oh shit, $5 reduce from Cal. Once again, thank you very much, Cal. Hopefully it plays for you again.
Should start a book club.
A book club? Is that the new suggestion from Jerm?
Jerm wants to start a book club.
He wants a book club. All right. What are we reading? What's the first book we're all reading? Huh? Oh, God.
What are we reading?
Something stuck on my leg. I'm sorry about that. What was I going to say?
What's that?
Yeah, so I wondered, you'd think the State of Play... Oh, boy. I'm crying in the shower now.
YESSS.
YESSS. I hope everyone's happy that Karen is back, by the way. Kazam is Shaq. As I was saying, because I keep getting distracted, do you think that the reason we only saw one PSVR game is because people are bitching and whining anytime they show off too much PSVR? Like the mainstream plebs, you know? The unwashed mashed potatoes. I can't stop thinking about them potatoes.
Did you just stroke out? What was that?
Cow, thank you very much.
Masses.
I hope you enjoy your cow reaction thing or whatever. I don't even know what to call it. But yeah. Or do they just not have much VR stuff to show? Like, is it just Iron Man next year and Paper Beasts?
It. Wrap it up.
You know?
Wrap it up.
Get ready for PS5, you know?
That's it. Wrap it up. Or play the games you got, because you got a year to wait.
Time to boot up Resident Evil 7 again.
Oh, the stream. So we got the ring.
Oh, did we?
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It was only for a second.
We need virtual reality books with subtitles, says Jeremy, you want audiobooks?
See,
Audio
I
VR.
I said that graphic novel that you watch. It'd be neat.
I don't think that's what he said. He's talking about a book with subtitles.
Hey,
Basically, twice the text.
Said.
Twice the text is what he's saying. Play Skyrim. You can read
novel.
books in Skyrim in VR. That's the closest thing you can get.
Oh, you're right. You can read an entire book on there.
Says only one viewer game because Sony is abandoning the PSVR just like they did Visa. Says Dave Station. I imagine he's being sarcastic there. I hope so anyway. Cow says, and I'm gone. Love you, Dad. I love you too, Cow. I used to be a joke when I say that, but
could you imagine that though?
I'm relying on you.
Imagine if they did. They just dropped it.
I
Like
just can't see them do this. I just can't see them doing that.
Nah, me either. But I mean, how much did the Vita sell? How many Vitas?
A lot more than PSVR.
Oh Jesus!
A lot more. It was like 12 million, I think, maybe 13 million.
It's not good.
Good eye. That was sarcasm. I'm glad to hear it, Dave. But you can't deny there's backlash when they show off PSVR stuff in them state of plays. But that's the perfect place to show off state of plays. If they did it at a big stage event, there'd be way more backlash. It's like you just can't keep these people pleased, you know?
Reddit. Complaining.
Chop says, I would like a game like
Discord.
with 6 to 8 people. Oh, that just reminded me of something, Chop. So we got a question like weeks ago where somebody asked, I can't remember who it was, like what genres do you think are missing from PlayStation? And I was thinking more stuff like Werewolves Within, like kind of those type of party social games. I want more of those. I love Werewolves.
Man, that one game looks incredible on the PC. That the Russian roulette game.
Oh yeah.
Give me that Russian roulette game.
That looks really cool.
That looks so much fun.
Let's chat with that 4 players or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was 4 players.
That'd be a good stream.
Yep.
Dave was angry because he thought Hatsune Miku would actually be good. Disgusting, Dave. Oh my god. I think Dave is the only. Well, Dave and Suki. We need to get David Station and David Segerson together to talk about their anime festivals.
Have a David versus David stream. That's a good idea.
How you doing, Rukia? Welcome. Mafia in VR.
David versus David.
But I've heard that Werewolves Within is basically a version of Mafia, so I don't want it to be like exactly like that, but like something else. Like Chop says Clue. That sounds cool.
Clue would be fun.
What else could you do in VR that would be interesting? I don't even know. There's like a million games out there I probably never even heard of.
Yep.
That would be cool.
Some sort of Dungeons and Dragons type game.
Yeah. Board games, you know?
Like an RPG board game type thing. Yeah, it'd be cool.
It was that ghost cock, says Chopped. Porn party VR. What's porn party and not VR? I don't know. I'm interested. I'm going to Google that. Dave Station says, I just like rhythm games and One Punch Man and Evangelion. Fuck off. I watched Evangelion for the first time this year. Bizarre. I saw a young boy masturbating over an unconscious girl in the hospital. What kind of perversion are you?
Who's watching these things and why?
I keep hearing so many things about it. It's like, it inspired Metal Gear Solid. It's like, alright, I gotta check this out. Inspired Metal Gear Solid, but perversions. Anyway, let's get rid of this. All I wanted to say about this is that it was disappointing. And we ended up talking about anime boys jerking off.
Disgusting.
Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. Let's talk about this. Your favorite thing to talk about. Your favorite thing to talk about.
All right. Nap time.
All right. $10. $10 to whoever can tell me what this is. Decepticon is taking a nap because he hates patents. Doesn't like to talk about patents. He's like, no, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. This one I will agree with Decepticon. I don't even want to talk about this one really because I don't even know what it is. What the fuck is this?
Oh no, not this thing.
Let me give credit to Pete.
Not this thing.
Credit to Pete as well earlier on. So Pete gave me the
Cal, I do have a channel, Cal. I barely use it.
Oh, Cal's back.
Go to my music, Decepticon.com, Cal.
There you go. Does Decepticon have a channel? Do you want 2 dads? We can be your dads, Cal. I'm getting them during the week.
Like
you
my
can
2 dads. That show My 2 Dads. Remember that? Show?
I don't remember that
just
show.
like that. Well, now you got to look it up.
You know? Do you think they'd allow that to be aired on Irish television?
Yes.
It's a future windshield wiper. Cam stand, says Germ. So let me read the article because I can't.
What is that? You move your head and it moves too. Look at that thing.
Dave Station. Okay, I want to listen to the robot lady read that out. I'm not going to read it out. Karen can read that out. Augmented reality Pokeball, says Zach Ward.
It follows your face. Come on.
Come on, alert. Pop up so I can read the article.
Angle. Look at the angle. Angle of view. Look at 4 people. Angle of view. Man. Whew.
Why would it follow your face though? That's the thing. Why would you want it? There it is. Here it is. Come on.
Then everything would be level. I don't know what that is. What that is.
Okay. Read it, Karen. Tell me.
Talk about anime boys, J.
I hear.
RKIN.
You ruined that, Decepticon. Anal shaver, says Chopped. Okay, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it best I can. Okay, so in essence, the apparatus... Because this is a patent from Sony, by the way.
Apparatus.
The apparatus is a spherical device with an attached camera that would simulate the VR user's head motions remotely in real time, while also providing a 360-degree view of the room it's situated in, directly to the headset itself. So, this would enable those in proximity to the device to get a better idea of the user's body language, and the patent even suggests it could effectively convey their emotional states, depicting sadness, for instance, if the user and thus the device tilts its head down. Naturally, this sounds like technology that's more useful for conference calls in Silicon Valley than anything else. Blah, 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 blah. However, we could easily see this apparatus have its uses for multiplayer and party viewer games on PS5. This is from GamesRadar.com, by the way. This is what I'm reading from. Especially as Sony continues to develop a next-gen virtual reality headset for its upcoming successor to PSVR. Decepticon did some research on this one. He found out that this patent is from 2017.
I did some research by reading the top of the article.
He researched. All right, Decepticon. He was like, "Oh man, I love patents. Let me dig into this.
Let me destroy this thing."
Rubbing his hands together, getting them all greased up. Holy shit! How long is the article? Don't worry, it's over, Chopped.
I don't see you put it all to sleep. Everyone left. We have no viewers now.
Head, or else I won't know
we have no viewers now.
You gotta tilt your head. All right.
We've bored the room. Complete boredom.
Shout out to Pete Hawkins for linking this to me.
There we go. All right, we'll connect Pete to this boring segment.
Put the heat on Pete.
Put the heat on Pete. That's the new
catchphrase. That's what we say around here, all right? Put the heat on Pete. All right.
That reptilian of the year.
Reptilian, exactly. You can't trust reptiles. It's cold-blooded. I don't even know what we're looking at. Says Rukia. Good, yeah.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Go away. All right. So, next topic will be of particular interest to David Station and God.
Detecticon.
Look at these guys over here. So, what we're talking about next is the top 20 PSVR games.
Here we go.
As determined by PSVR Without Parole, which is, of course, the biggest YouTube channel.
Well, this was a crowd top 20.
Okay, so we should go over the rules.
It's not their top 20.
Not their top 20, but like the
Game Cat's top 20.
Yeah. But we just wanted to go through this and see what we agreed with, what we didn't agree with, what we thought was like baffling, what we thought was like, okay, good choice.
I love Pinball VR. Are you kidding me? That's in my top 5, Dave Station. Right. You don't want to see my top. You don't want to see my top.
How do we want to tackle this? Just go list them out 20 to 1.
Start it down. Yeah.
Right, number 20.
I mean, we don't have our own, but we can talk about it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of these we haven't even fucking played. Anyway, so number 20 is a surprise to me.
I don't think that should be there, right? I don't know about that.
I haven't played this.
I don't know about that.
You haven't played it, but it doesn't feel like it should be there.
I mean, I guess if you like to play piano, it looked interesting.
Is it a rhythm game, I thought?
It's a rhythm game, but it's like a puzzle-solving game.
Dave Station's doing?
The anime thing, yeah, of course. Probably.
Number 19, Catch and Release. I've heard a lot of good things about Catch and Release.
That should have been farther up the list.
That should be higher up?
Yes, higher up the list.
Interesting, okay. For a fishing game, it's kind of bizarre.
That game is good, man.
18, Tetris.
It works really well, too. The physics in that game are really cool.
Okay. 18, Tetris Effect. It's just Tetris. It's just Tetris.
To me, I couldn't get into it.
Demo's
I mean, I get it
on my list. Oh shit.
Oh shit. That's
denying us.
Jesus.
Put the heat on Pete.
I wonder who put the heat on Pete. It's Pete's choose.
17. Trover Saves the Universe. You hate this game with a passion, and you've never even played it.
No.
You hate Justin Roiland.
No.
You hate him. What has he done to you? My problem.
No.
Well,
thanks. No. I don't know. I'm not into his comedy.
Not into that comedy. All right.
Nope.
It's not
I don't-
just Tetris, you uncultured swine.
Maybe it's my smooth, maybe it's my smooth brain. Maybe
Look, I know there's a bunch of cool visual effects going on. I know it's got a class soundtrack, but at the end of the day, it is just Tetris. You know.
Tetris. Yes.
Tetris.
Yeah. No, that's why I couldn't. That's why I couldn't get the hype. I don't know. I played it. I borrowed it. I played it for like 20 minutes. And I was just like, it's just Tetris.
16.
With a random mode to it.
Okay. What you mean a random mode?
Like sometimes the pieces would be big, and then like sometimes like the piece would be like other ways or something. Okay. It'd be like switching up on you.
Number 16, Pinball FX.
That should be like number 5.
That's number 1.
That's
number 1.
Number 1. That's number 1.
Decepticon has always been talking to me about this goddamn pinball game, and I'm like, whatever. You know, this is just some weird game.
It's on sale in NA at the moment. It's well worth $4 or $3.
When I heard them discussing this, and plus Decepticon, I was like, okay, maybe I should look at this game because maybe it's not just from the twisted mind of Decepticon, you know. No, it's Tetris for the 100th time, says Chopped.
It's Tetris again.
Tet. 15, Rush of Blood. I think that's a good spot for Rush of Blood, I think.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be top 10 anyway, I don't think. I think Dave Station was arguing for Rush of Blood to be way higher
top
up the
10?
list.
No.
I don't think so.
Immortal Legacy maybe top 10.
Don't talk to me about that game.
That's a good game.
14, Moss.
That was a good game.
I didn't enjoy it. See,
okay.
I'll save it for Astrobot as to why I didn't enjoy Moss. 13, Super Hot Viewer. That's way too low.
That should have been way
too low on the list. That should be up top 10 somewhere.
Yep.
Gotta be top 10.
Yep.
Number 12, Wipeout.
That's top in a 10. Good spot. That's in a good spot.
Oh, that's top 10.
Yeah.
That is the best racer.
It's fun. No, don't get me wrong, but I hardly have played it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, look, you got the motion sickness or whatever.
But even still, we barely, like, even as a group, we played it once. Right?
Yeah, we played it once as a group, but that was a lot of fun. I had a great time that night. That's why that's why it should be higher. And it's such a it looks so good. Like, you'd expect loads of jaggies and stuff, but it just looks class. Anyway, number 11, The Persistence.
That's like top 5 for me.
That's top 5 for you? I couldn't get into that one. I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't.
See, oh man, I think you should try that again.
I will try it again. I will try
because that's like your type of game. That's my type of game.
I love horror and stuff like that, but something about this
like
one
just like a rogue type too. Like that was good.
That
shit was real good.
Platinum. Like, it had really cool weapons and stuff like that. I like that, but
platinum that shit.
Number 10, Borderlands 2.
I haven't played it.
I've played it, and it's another one that I couldn't get into. You know, I feel like it's a little bit high on the list, but I was never a big fan of Borderlands 2 flat either. You know, I was like,
right.
You know?
If it was multiplayer, put that in the top 10.
If that had co-op.
Yes, if it had co-op.
Sure, I'd definitely be more. I'd have given it a better chance anyway. You know.
Yep.
Plus, they did add the aim controller support, so that I'm sure boosted it a bit. But I never even tried it since the aim controller.
It's a large game, though. It is an enormous game,
and they got all that free DLC as well.
Yep.
So you can't say no to that. Persistence is so damn good, says PSVR Underground. They made me make Borderlands 2 high. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, for me, it wouldn't be in my top 20, I don't think. Number 9, Farpoint. Should be higher up. You haven't played it?
Farpoint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Farpoint's
number 9.
I think that's in a good spot.
Okay.
The story of that though is extremely good.
It is.
Maybe 7. You know what I mean? Maybe switch Beat Sabre.
You know what? I agree with that. Number 8, Blood and Truth. I think that's a good call. That's good.
That one was good.
I like Blood and Truth a lot, but I don't love. Like, I'm not like this is the best game ever.
And that's what I was saying with Immortal Legacy. Immortal Legacy's them two are teeter-totter.
Don't compare those
two. They're teeter-totter.
Number 7.
Did you play Immortal Legacy?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, you gotta play that.
I looked at this and I was like, this looks trash.
You gotta play it. You gotta play it.
All right.
It doesn't look, the way it looks is not as good as it is.
Okay. They had 7, Skyrim Viewer. I think Skyrim's a top 3.
Sirento. Yeah, Sirento is nowhere on the list. Top 20? Are you what?
Farpoint
What?
is number 2 for Germ. Germ loves Farpoint. I
Mm.
agree, it should be
It was
higher.
good. It was good.
Co-op is so much
Number
fun in that
6. I
game
think
too.
it should be where Beat Saber is on 6.
What you think about Skyrim? 7?
7, that's a good place.
You think? That's
Skyrim was
definitely top 5 for me. Maybe
fun.
top
Giant game.
3. Huge. The only thing is,
Good looking game.
Yeah, but like we've kind of all played.
A lot of people say that one makes them sick, and that one gave me 0 motion sickness.
Interesting.
Never. From like day one, didn't make me feel sick.
Zach Wilder. If Farpoint had Firewall multiplayer, it would have been the... Yes. You know what? I agree with that.
What's that?
If Farpoint had Firewall multiplayer, it'd be way, way higher.
It would be extremely good.
Yeah. 6, Beat Saber. I think we both agree it's too high on the list. I like Beat Saber. It's like got that mass appeal, but it's too simple for me, if you know what I mean. It's like you don't like the taste of the music. You're like
the music choice.
But for me, Beat Saber is like there's not
PC would be a lot more fun.
All the custom tracks and shit like that. Yeah.
Yep.
But even so, at the end of the day, like I kind of don't respect it as much as I respect a lot of these other games. Like you're just hitting blocks that come at you.
You're just chopping blocks.
I know. It's almost brilliant in that simplicity or whatever, but still. Anyway, number 5, Golem.
Really beat it. Finished it.
I finished it.
Yep.
But
Good game.
I feel like it's
short.
Too soon for me to say whether I'd have it that high up. Cause
pretty easy, pretty short.
Very good game. Combat's very good, but
super good.
Super frustrating at times too. At least before that
patch.
Yes. Co-op was good, says Jeremy. I love the co-op in Farpoint. You need to use moves as well for the persistence, says 777. Can you not use DualShock? I'm pretty sure I used DualShock in the persistence.
Yeah, you can use the DualShock.
Mr. Godcan doesn't like the music in Beat Saber either, but it's fun. It is fun, I will say that. But the music kind of got repetitive too after a while. I was like, okay, I've done this. Whatever. Dave
seemed very easy for me. Like Pumpkins was saying with the sword thing. After you got the sword, like it was that low hit, that one low hit that they do coming from the left side. As soon as you figured that low hit out, like there was not really any challenge to the game.
You could cheese the golems pretty easily too, like, and especially if you had that green health stone, it would like regenerate your health. So once you got like the green effect that you were going to die, it's like, okay, I'll just back up a little bit. The golems wouldn't follow you. They were very polite about how they'd attack you. And I was like, all right, you know, you take a breather, get your health back up, and then attack me again. But look, it was still a lot of fun. I liked it a lot.
It was extremely good. That game was extremely fun.
Number 4.
Look good too. Looks real good.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful game. No Man's Sky, number 4, Decepticon. I think you probably think it's too high.
Yeah, that's too high for me.
I think it's a top 5 game.
Good game. Good game. Neat for what it is. Flying the plane. I always say it. Flying the fucking ships around is I think 4 is super fun.
4 is a good place, I think. They got number 3, Firewall.
I'm
not mad that it's number 3. 3 is very good, but one space higher for me.
Yeah,
it's number 2 for me.
Correct. Number 2. But the amount of times that we, like, if we were to do it by, like, how much we play games, like, Firewall would be number 1.
Easy.
By hours and hours and hours and hours.
Hundreds of hours.
It's insane how much we've played that game. For a full year.
Over a year. It's been like a year and a half now, kind of.
Yeah, what, 4 months?
Yeah. And they're still adding content, which is great.
And we're still going to be playing.
And it's not dead. You know, that game's not going to die.
Dead. You know? Not dead.
Every other fucking multiplayer game is dead, but not this one.
Done.
Resident Evil 7, number 2. That's a number 1 for me.
Yes.
That's the game that, like, blew my mind. You know, that's the one that was like, okay, this is like a top game in memory for me. Like, I'll remember the first time I played Metal Gear Solid at PS1, and I'll remember playing Resident Evil 7 in PSVR for the first time. That's kind of like a huge, huge game. You know, AAA game, fully playable in VR. Yeah, number 1 for sure. And then their number 1, Astrobot. So my reason for not liking Astrobot and Moss is because I'm just not that big into family-friendly games, if you know what I mean.
You don't like them family games.
It's the same reason I don't like
Moss,
Nintendo. You know?
I like Moss better than Astrobot. I like what Astrobot did with the controller and stuff, where you'd have like the little bungee cord that he's on and stuff, and you can flick them, and you got your little water pistols and stuff like that. That's nice. I like that. But Moss looked incredible.
I'd definitely put Astrobot ahead of Moss by a lot.
So,
it's the same reason I don't like Nintendo games. It's like, this is Super Mario. This is kind of feels like it's for kids.
And yes, it is.
You know,
it's definitely like, Ghost. What was it? I keep thinking Ghost Dad.
Ghost Cock. It's Ghost Cock.
Ghost Cock.
Open wide. You don't like Astrobot. I don't want to say I don't like Astrobot. Like, it's a fantastically well-made game. It's like, what it sets out to do, it does, you know. In that regard, it's a 10 out of 10. But just for me, it's like...
Music, man, Astrobot soundtrack, exactly. Insanely good. So good.
Astrobot is okay, says Fuzzy Bear. Moss was too short, though. If it was longer, I would agree.
Moss was too short.
Astro over Moss for me, too. Says Crook Gammon. How you doing, Crook? Zach, you poor man, you're dead inside. Well, look, I just feel like I would have loved Astrobot if I was younger, a young lad playing Astrobot. That would be my number one, for sure. But I just can't enjoy these things. It's like the same way people talk about watching cartoons and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, I'd watch that when I was a child. Not going to watch it now.
Yeah, can't watch it anymore.
Yeah,
nope.
But there is other
nostalgia's
grown
there,
men out there who are like still watching these things. And it's like, fine, if that's what you want, that's what you want.
Shit's dead.
But I can't get into that.
Nope.
Personal, of course. But yeah, I think Resident Evil 7 had to be number one for me. Had to be. Adults can still enjoy Mario games, and I'm not saying they can't, Devastation. If you're the kind of person who can enjoy those games, I think that's great. But I don't like the way people say Mario is for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's for
Smash
people who
Brothers.
like those things. All right? It's like, not for me, because I don't like that.
Super Smash. Market. Never got into Super Smash.
No, me either. I never got into any Nintendo stuff.
Nope.
Would be great if I was 12, says Fuzzy Bear. Well, there you go. But I'm not looking down my nose at people who like those things either. You know, I don't want to be like,
cool.
Oh, you're a kid. You like these games. You're not. You know.
I would prefer a Dark Soulish Bloodborne type thing, though.
Yeah.
Like demented creatures.
Crook Gammon says I smiled all the way through Astrobot. Brilliant level design and mechanics, in my opinion. I know a grown man who was excited about the new Pokemon. Look, that's fine. Like Pokemon, I love Pokemon.
Pokemon Go, you playing that
Pokemon
Go?
Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy. I love that. But at a certain point, I was like, okay, this isn't for me anymore. You know.
Never into it.
I love platformers, says PSVR Underground. Well, you know what? I love platformers too. I love Crash Bandicoot, and then that kind of evolved into Uncharted. And Uncharted then was like an adult platformer, if you know what I mean. I find that a lot more enjoyable than jumping on mushrooms and saving the princess for the fucking 1000th time. And nobody's got voice acting. They just make cute little noises and read subtitles and shit like that. I feel the same way for the newer Rayman games, the 2D ones. Next level design. Rogue. How you doing, Rogue? Word in the street is Rogue is playing Boneworks.
That Boneworks. Man. Boy, do I want that. Your speaker's on? Why do I hear my voice? What is that? What is that?
You can hear your voice.
I hear my voice.
Not my speakers.
Weird.
Dave Station says kids play Uncharted 2. That's fine too. But like, I was playing GTA when I was a child, but that's not. I'm not saying that Uncharted is just for adults, but I'm just saying it appeals more to adults than Mario Kart does or Mario 64 or whatever, you know. Turn on your moves before starting persistence.
Is that what you do, Mr. Jackpot?
What's he do?
He puts his move controllers on his ding dong when he plays games, so they vibrate.
All right. Okay. Interesting.
Adds to the immersion.
Zach Wilder asks, "You guys play Fallen Order yet?" Nope. Not a Star Wars fan. Not a big Star Wars fan.
Heard it's good.
Viewer Demon says Boneworks is really good. It looks really cool. I'm jealous of Boneworks. He streamed it with no game audio. Well, that's Australian internet.
What did you do?
With Australia, it's like you can have video or you can have audio. You know, you can't do both. The spider web cannot.
I heard him giggling when he was sword fighting with the dummies. You can hear Rogue giggling.
Oh yeah. Timestamp. God, timestamp that for me, Decepticon. Okay, so that's kind of
good.
Is that all we want to say about that top 20 list?
That's it.
We'll have to do our own
No,
at
we're
some
not.
point, but we're not ready. We're not ready to put
A
together
4-hour
list.
episode.
Yeah,
of us
Jesus, that was a
arguing.
big ass episode. Like Jesus, how are your voices after that? Like,
I'm destroyed after like 2 when we're doing this.
Yeah. All right, I think we're ready to go to the fax machine. Giuseppe,
Are we? Is this it?
let's do it.
It's that time
What about
again.
traditions comments?
Questions and topics submitted by our
All right.
viewers.
Whoa.
So let's go to our fax machine and see what we have. Fax me harder, Daddy. I've been a bad boy.
Apologies for Decepticon ruining that. Whoa, what is going on with my camera?
What did you do?
Hold on a sec. Let's have some fun
I
here.
can't see.
Let's
it
have
yet.
some fun here.
I still see the fax
I'm
machine.
going to New Jersey.
Oh
right.
boy.
There we go.
Where's-
Don't block the TV.
Did I freeze?
Don't block the TV.
I froze.
Don't block the TV. There we go. There we go. How about that? How about that? I like that. Question from Dave Station viewer: do you still work at Applebee's? Yes, I have. Or yes, I have. Yes, I do. I've been working at Applebee's. I've been working at Applebee's for 12 years now. Dave Station. You know, don't touch me. Get off me. Get off me. All right. Okay. Questions. We don't have many questions, but I also wanted to bring up something that wasn't a question. It's kind of weird, but you'll understand, I think, when I get to it. We'll just get to the legit question first, which was in the Discord. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. Okay, here we go. This is from Tradition. So this man is famous for having good questions. Decepticon, can you talk for a sec so I can hear you? Oh, there we go. Sorry. I was worried that my thing plugged out.
I'm here.
Okay. So, Tradition said, in 2016, Sony puts massive money into hardware, R&D, and releases a headset with more pixels, rock-solid tracking, move controllers with analog sticks. Oh, Jesus. Who is this? $5 reduced from Chopped. Thank you very much. Once again, Mr. Chopped.
Lol. Jack-o'-lantern news channel.
Jack-o'-lantern news channel. Lol. Jack-o'-lantern news channel. Here we go. I'm an Applebee's lifer. Yes, I am, Dave. This is groundbreaking. It's good stuff. Seabass, how you doing?
He's got all this flair hanging up
Hashtag
in his office.
Mad love for Seabass.
Mad love. Mad love.
The maddest of love. Now I got to start again, but I still appreciate that, Chop. So thank you very much. Okay. In 2016, so we're going back in time. So you got to imagine that Sony put massive money into hardware R&D and released a headset with more pixels, rock-solid tracking, move controllers with analog sticks, and room scale. The hardware itself is more expensive to the consumer, but to try and offset it, they save costs by no longer personally investing in Until Dawn Rush of Blood, Resident Evil 7, Farpoint, Aim Controller, Firewall, Astro Boss, Rescue Mission, Blood and Truths, Everybody's gone to golf. Everybody's golf viewer, Iron Man viewer, etc. Instead, preferring to let third parties, publishers, and studios carry the flame instead. Would PSVR be in a better place as of the end of 2019? So, Decepticon, if you can imagine that scenario, where would we be now?
I don't know, man. That's a good question.
It's a good question, but I think we definitely wouldn't like. The way they went was the smart choice.
Yes, so I think I agree. Yep.
If we had all the things that PC have, like all the tracking, all the like proper motion controllers, better pixels, better fucking visual quality, whatever, but we didn't have all these games, it would just be like another PC headset, you know? Because what's the difference?
Right.
I mean, such a good question. I feel like we should go into it more, but it's like it's almost too simple to answer as well, if you know what I mean. Unless you don't think so. If anyone in the chat doesn't think so, then feel free to let me know. Dave Station. Question. As an Irishman, have you seen The Irishman? And what do you think of his depiction of Irishmen? I haven't seen it yet, Dave Station, because I just know it's going to be filled
I haven't
with
watched
bigotry.
it yet.
You know, I know it's gonna be potatoes everywhere. It's gonna be
clowns everywhere.
Clowns and potatoes and just all kinds of my shillelagh this and begora that. I don't even know what begora means. We don't say that over here. These special effects are next level. Thank you, Rogue.
We don't even say that over here.
Why didn't we think of this sooner? You know what, Decepticon? Move over. Move over. All right, hold on a second.
I've been thinking about having a table.
Yeah.
Like have the camera on my table and have a camera on your table and then splice the video together so it looks like we're on the same table.
You know what? I'm beside you now. All right, I'm kind of in front of you a little bit. You gotta make sure your head is in there, where it is now. Keep it there, all right? So we can see. Yeah, anyway, don't touch me, by the way.
I'm over here. I don't know about Get away from me. I smell you from here.
Fuck traditions.
Oh, God.
You know what? I'm going to save traditions comment for the next episode because I haven't got it ready.
I can't see over your microphone.
I haven't got it ready.
Your microphone is in my
Don't
face.
touch my microphone. I have it adjusted the way I like it. All right? It's just the way I like it. Okay? I'm going to write out traditions comment next time so that'll be ready because I have to go looking through 2 different videos to find it. And I didn't have enough time to prepare. There was babies crying. There was shit going crazy. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Wash that hand. You better wash that hand.
Right now.
You better wash it right after.
Is my hand behind you right now? Where is it at?
A little bit higher. A little bit. There you go. Higher. There you go. There you go. That's it.
Hey.
Now you just look like an idiot when I move my head. You know. Looks like he's sitting on Decepticon's lap. Papa Decepticon. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm not one of your Tinder dates. All right.
Shoulder. Give you one of them shoulder rubs.
That Chuck Norris can't touch this. Where's his other hand? Don't worry about that, chopped. Don't worry about where that other hand is. What you should worry about is the fact that we're ending the episode. It's over. All right?
It should be one big screen from now on. This is how we're doing it from now on one screen.
Get a table set up. I'll just get a picture of a table, all right? Let's get a picture. I'll paste it in front of us. It's going to look real nice. It's going to look real nice. Classy.
That's a good idea. Now I got to get a green screen.
Oh, if you had a green screen, we could have a lot of fun.
Oh, man. So what I got invested now?
All right. Decepticon. That's it. We're done. All right.
Are we?
I think so, unless you got something to say.
Are we over? Is it all done?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
The faxes were slack this week.
Done.
Slack faxes. Tradition got another big, but it's a big thing. It's a whole topic that we should go into next week. Yeah, everyone, thank you very much for showing up. Everyone who donated as well, thank you very much for that generosity. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Don't do that. Decepticon, thanks for joining me as always. And sick with it. Sick with it, says Germ.
Sick with it.
Sick with it. Remember,
got that yuck mouth.
Remember to put the heat in peace, and we'll see you next time. All right? GG. GG.
GG. GG.